go. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Today is February 26th, and welcome to the Ninja Habits Daily Huddle, where we go through our daily Ninja 5 together. We always start with our gratitudes and affirmations. We move on to showing up, planning our day, writing our 2 note cards, and then focusing on our hot and warm list. So without further ado, let's get started with our gratitudes today. If you would just take a moment and share, whether you unmute yourself and share vocally or you share in the chat, what is something you're grateful for this morning? Good morning. Good morning. As you're coming in the room today, we are getting going. So share with us one thing you're grateful for this morning. You can share it in the chat or you can unmute yourself and share it with us. Brett, grateful for the opportunities today and beyond. Love that. I know one thing I'm grateful for this morning is yesterday I got to go on a really nice walk. It was like 57 degrees here, which is unheard of really in February. But it was so nice just to get out, get some fresh air. Hopefully get to repeat that today. Before it rains. I guess it's supposed to rain here sometime later today. Agree, warmer weather on our walk this morning. Love it. Good job getting that walk in, Rachel. Juana, good morning. I'm grateful for the flexibility of my schedule. Oh, yeah. That's a great one. I think as agents, we take that for granted sometimes, don't we? I'm also grateful my daughter had her first day at her new job yesterday, and she said it went really well. I'm excited for her. New beginnings are always nice. If you're just now hopping in, we're celebrating gratitudes right now. If you want to share something you're grateful for in the chat. Well, you can continue to think of something and share it in the chat. We're going to move on since we do have a little bit of a special training today with the database. Next, let's write our affirmations. So remember, these affirmations, write the same one over and over, 25 times. And I like to change mine up every month, but you can absolutely read the same one for the whole year if you wanted to. As we have some new people coming in the room, we are currently writing our affirmations, but you're also welcome to share one thing that you're grateful for this morning. Juana said it is foggy, dark, 54 degrees, and 6:34. You're in Texas, but it will turn out to be a beautiful day. I think fog is actually pretty cool. It's foggy here today too. I've always liked foggy days. I think they're kind of fun. Terry's grateful to be available to help her family. I love that. And I'm just going to give us a couple minutes this morning to write out our affirmations, and then we're going to move on so that we make sure to have time. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 unique ways to stay in contact with your database. And I also will have a time for you guys to share anything unique that you do to stay in contact with your database that you think would help anybody else in the room. So be thinking about that. See where we're at. Jody's having a hard time hearing over the music this morning. I can turn it down a little bit if that helps. Is that better, Jody? I'm in a different area today too, so maybe that might have something to do with it. Hopefully that's a little better. Good, good. Thank you for letting me know. All right, as we finish up those affirmations this morning, time to plan our day. So, what is the one thing you're going to get accomplished today? I actually haven't thought about this yet today. Sometimes I do this before the call so that I can be more present with you guys, but I actually haven't had a chance to do it today. I'm going to continue mine from yesterday and finish up that calendar for our trainings. I do have, I'm waiting on some information from someone to finish that up, but I'm going to work on the March, and I'm also going to be reaching out to get some help on setting up CE class. I have a couple of CE classes I want to do, but I have never done that before, so I'm going to reach out to one of my contacts who's done them and have them help me get it done. I think sometimes we underestimate the support that we have around us. That's one area I'm really working on, is just not being, just reaching out when I need it. I'm thinking about that. What's one thing you're going to get accomplished today? Have a fast track class I will attend, and then going to the New Albany Chamber event tonight. Oh yeah, that is tonight. That sounds nice, Terry. Submit my client's request a remedy. Very good. Hopefully that gets accepted, Shannon, and you work something out. A listing appointment. Nice. Great job. bookkeeping coffee with a client and friend. Bookkeeping. That's like my least favorite thing to do, Juana. I actually ended up hiring somebody that does most of that for us now. Turning over one of my Airbnbs because my house manager's on vacation. Ugh. Jody, do you have a lot of Airbnbs? I might have to pick your brain. I've always been intrigued by those, but never done it. Well, Juana, you might be one of those few people that enjoys doing the bookkeeping. Some people really like doing it. You have 4. Oh, that's awesome. Are they here in Columbus, Jody, all 4 of them?
I just thought it'd be easier to unmute. So I have 2 in Columbus, and then I have a cabin out near Mad River Mountain, and then we have a lake house on Lake Erie.
Nice. So all in Ohio. 3 of them not too far.
Correct. Yep.
That's very nice. Love
Yeah, it's great. Usually.
it. Well, just like with anything, you have your highs and your lows. But that's pretty awesome. Write your 2 note cards now, guys. Time to move on. I actually picked a note card that has like a pretty beach water summer scene. I don't know. Maybe I'm just in denial. I just thought, why not send a little bit of sunshine out to people at this time of year? Who are you guys writing your note cards to today? Agent in your office who had coffee with me and shared a lot on how she runs Ninja and her business. Oh, Brent, I love that. What a wonderful idea. You know, don't just reach out to your clients and people that you want to have business with, but get connected with really great agents in your area. Build those connections. Find people who like to collaborate. I love that. That gives me some ideas for some people to talk to as well. Okay. While you guys are doing that, I'm not going to spend too much time on the reviewing of your hot and warm list. I think you guys have that down. I hope so anyways. But we're going to move on to this last 15 minutes, focusing a little bit more on one of the Ninja Weekly Habits. So our Ninja Weekly Habits are the customer service calls, 2 real estate reviews, our 50 conversations with forwarding and talking to people, and updating our database. Today, we are at the last Wednesday of the month, so we're going to talk about your database, and I'm going to share some 5 unique ways that you can stay in contact with people in your database. And some of these you may have thought of, some of them you may have not. Some of them you may have thought of doing and you just haven't done yet. So we're going to go over these, and then I would love to hear from you guys some unique ways that you are staying in contact with your database as well. So the first one is, instead of sending a text or an email, send a personalized video. You can use BombBomb, Loom, or even just a quick video that you do on your phone. I especially love these for birthdays. I have also sent audio messages on birthdays of me singing happy birthday. Now, if you're not a singer or you don't feel comfortable with that, obviously you don't have to do that. But I think it would be even more fun if you weren't a great singer. So I think just the authenticity of it's kind of fun. And then just an example of something that you could say, you know, hey, so-and-so, I was thinking about you and wanted to check in. Hope all is well. Let me know if you need anything. Doesn't have to be anything earth-shattering, but I love the idea of doing video because it helps people to see your face, to hear your voice. And we all know the visual part of us retains things a lot better than anything else. So when people see your face, hear your voice, it's just reminding them of who you are, of the warmness of who you are, and or whatever your personality is. And then it's also keeping you top of mind with them. And it's just a fun way to do that. If you've ever done this before, put in the chat you've done it, and I'd love to hear how many of you have actually used that tactic or that way of staying in front of your database. 2, homeowner anniversary gifts. So send a small gift or card each year on their home purchase anniversary. I know that my husband's really great at this. When their picture pops up from that day, he'll text it to them in the group text that we've always set up with our clients, and he will say, hey, this was so many years ago, or 5 years ago, can you believe it, or whatever. You could also send them a little coffee gift card, little keychain, anything, just a little something, a market update on their home value, and also a handwritten note, which I know a lot of you on here have mentioned doing a note card to people on their home anniversary. So that's pretty amazing. So this is just something else that you can do to take it to another level. You know, maybe you create, you know how on anniversaries, they have like your golden anniversary, your silver, different things. Wouldn't it be fun to kind of create a little kind of graduating, you know, scale of owning a house? I think that'd be pretty cool. Maybe even something that would be funny. Like, hey, you're on year 7. It's probably time to check X, Y, and Z, right? Number 3, interactive social media engagement. So being a little more intentional, right? I think we think updating our database means we have to be like in it. But this is a great way to stay in contact with your database where they're at. So they're on social media, they're sharing things on social media. Make sure that, 1, you're following them on social media, right? First of all, that you are friends on Facebook or following them on Instagram or TikTok or whatever it might be. Next, comment on their posts. Don't just like them, also comment. Send congrats messages for birthdays, job changes, life events. Go into the DMs and send them unique things in their DMs, a helpful article, a link to a home resource relating to something that they're interested in. So you can see what they're interested in as they're posting. And if you know something or you see something, share it with them, you know? And I think this is a really neat way to stay engaged with people, and it works really well because you're talking to them on their level and you're talking to them about things they are interested in, right? And then it also makes them feel good that you are taking the time to understand them as an individual and communicate with them the way they like to be communicated with. So just another great way. Even if you don't do this on the weekly basis, this would be a great thing to rotate in once a month, that you just spend some time on social media and just reconnecting. And the other neat thing about that is, as you comment and DM the people, you will actually see their content more often, and it changes that algorithm to where they should see your content more often as well. So it has quite a few other factors that help you with staying in contact with your people. This is a little bit more of a labor-intensive thing, but you could invite them to a client-exclusive event. Now, this doesn't have to be a labor-intensive thing, but it does take a little bit more planning. But you could host a virtual or in-person event just for past clients and database. So some ideas are like a VIP home buyer, seller Q&A, market update brunch, a fun themed client appreciation party. But the goal is to keep them feeling engaged and feeling special. I would say another cool thing, we were just talking about Airbnbs. One thing I think a lot of agents miss out on are those sales with people that want to, they might not ever want to sell their home and they love their home, but you're missing out on opportunities for them to invest. So maybe you bring someone in. If you don't know anything about investing, talk to your title companies, talk to your vendor partners, and ask them, do you guys have anybody that's doing this at a high level that would be willing to come in and do a special event for me? Share the cost with people, spread that out so that it's not such a huge burden on just you, right? One of the title companies we work with, there's a girl there that loves planning events, and I'm going to pull on her more this year to help me with my event planning, because that's one area I would like to increase more and do more events, but it's also not necessarily my strong point. I can do okay with it, but it kind of stresses me out, to be honest. So I'm looking for someone who can kind of take that burden off me a little bit and help me to host some more client events. And the events I'm thinking of are going to look like, hey, have you thought about saving money for your children's college? What are some financial things you can do to build wealth for your children, right? I've also thought about having a class for children that are in those teenage years on how to help your teenager learn to manage their money. And these are things I've recognized that I haven't done well with my kids. And I'm like, it would have been nice if somebody would have hosted something like that for me. So my kids are still at that age where they would benefit from something like that. So I'm like, you know what? I would love to have somebody come in and talk to people. And these are just ways that you can solve problems for your clients. May not have anything to do with real estate, right? But that's the point of a ninja, is that we meet people where they're at. We try to solve for the problem, no matter what that problem is. So add that to your list this year. And then of course, guys, the real estate review, a quarterly real estate review call. So this is just where you can, provide some quick, valuable insights on their property and market. So this is not going to be the real estate review that you sit down with them and do the whole thing. This would be just a really quick phone call. One way that we've done this in the past is you can actually set up to get alerted when there's properties that come up available that are around your clients' homes. Now, you could get inundated with this, so you might want to have this sent to you like once a week and not like ASAP as some of us do in the MLS, but you can send it to you like every Saturday morning. You get a list of new listings and new solds that are around the area where your clients are. Take a screenshot of those or take the link and just text it to them and just say, hey, did you see this new house that came up available around the block from you? And just let people know. I don't care if they're looking to sell or not. We're all nosy. Any of you who own a home know when something comes up, the neighbors are talking about like, hey, did you see that one? What did it sell for? Right? So use that to your advantage. People want to know, just have that on like a regular rotation where you're sending that to them, right? And what's cool is it starts those conversations, because they'll say like, I'll say something like, oh my gosh, did you see the finished basement on that house on First Street that's over by you? What do you think of the price they're asking? And just get that conversation kind of going. And then a lot of times people will respond back and go, oh my gosh, I love their basement. Or I hope they get that price. That would be awesome for us, or whatever. And then sometimes that leads into, oh, by the way, we're looking to maybe sell here next year because my husband's looking for a job and so, right? So it's not about the hard sales. It's not about asking for referrals all the time. It's not about doing those things. It's about giving people information and letting them know like you're on top of it, right? When they get that stuff, they're like, dag, Alicia's always on top of things. I just love that about her, and you're giving them value as well. So hopefully you guys find some of these tips helpful, but I want to know, what are some unique ways that you interact with your database? I don't know if Missy's on here today. I know she just started Yep, she's on here. I know she just started using her database in a different way to help stay in contact with people. Missy, I don't know if you want to share that, and anyone else who might want to share anything too.
I I use Lofty, which is a CRM, and I have a dialer because I use the dialer for dialing for my commercial properties or reverse prospecting. And it occurred to me last week to set a tag in the people that I'm working with, because there's times where I'm working with someone, but because they're not sending me properties, every night or something, maybe I forget them until I'm looking through my list of people that I'm searching for properties for, and then I see them, and then I think, oh, I didn't call them. So what I did was, is I went into every one of my current clients that I'm currently working with. I have 29 of them. And I went ahead and documented in every one of them. I created a tag called customer service call. And so on Tuesday, when I make my customer service calls, which is when I would do it, I pull up that tag and send it to the dialer, and it just calls every single one of them. And the best part about it is using the dialer is that it records my conversation, because sometimes people say things and I think, I didn't write that down. It's recorded. It's right there. I have it. So I don't have to go back. I don't have to re-question anything. I can go back and listen to the actual recording of the call. So it's been really helpful. Some of my clients are very talkative. That has been interesting, but for the most part, it's been working great. I did it yesterday. I ran through 29 phone calls in, I think it was about 18 minutes. And
Oh,
that was with me talking with most people, and some I had to leave a voicemail. What's really funny is that because now when I call them and they don't answer, they do call me right back, which actually is a problem when you're in the middle of the dialer. So that's been kind of interesting. And I'm like, I just have to wait and call them back, is because I can't take their call right then. But that has been funny because they know that I always answer my phone. So it's odd that I'm not answering it when they're calling me back. So, but yeah, a lot of fun, and it works brilliantly. So definitely suggest that.
I love that idea, Missy. And I mean, 18 minutes, guys, 18 minutes for 29 people. Why are we not doing that? What can you do better in 18 minutes that's going to give you the impact of being consistent, of showing up for them consistently, and asking the right questions and meeting them where they're at? Really? What can we do better than that? That's awesome. Anyone else have anything they really quickly want to share that they do with their database?
I saw somebody's chat and it says, what dialer am I using? I'm using the one in Lofty.
Yeah, so our
But
CRM Lofty has it
it's a
built in.
CRM Lofty, right? But I
It's
will
an
say that there
add-on.
are several. There are
Yeah.
several out there. And if you want some information, message Alicia, and I will send those documents to you. I'll send you what my breakdown is on what ones you should use or not use, or why. I'll give you the skinny.
Yeah. Mojo is another dialer that a lot of people use that you could potentially do. So just keep that in mind too. Well, we are up against it, so I'm going to end our call today. But awesome job, guys, on getting your Ninja Day done. You've started your day on the right foot. You've already showed up for yourself. Now it's time for you to show up for your clients, to show up for your weekly Ninja Habits, and to make this week, the rest of it, a great week. Yes. Yes, please, would love that about Lofty. Yeah, so Lofty is the CRM that we use, but you can go to Lofty as an agent yourself if it's something you're interested in. But I also think that if you just want a dialer, there's other options as well. You're welcome, Natalie. You are keeping yourself on track by showing up. So glad. Thanks for joining, you guys, and see you guys tomorrow on Thursday. Have a great one. Bye, everybody.